These are more advanced examples of taking sentences and writing them as expressions, okay? And also of combining like terms and simplifying expressions. So I'm going to go through a couple of these, and I expect you to go through the rest on your own. If they become too difficult, please make sure you're asking questions and getting help in class. Sitting there silently suffering doesn't help anybody, and it only makes you more frustrated. But we're here to help you, and you're here to learn. So don't be afraid of making mistakes or looking bad. We all look bad when we make mistakes, but we all do it. So what's the deal, right? So look here, 18 less than the sale price. Okay, so the difference between this and some of the other examples I've done is it doesn't give you a definite value for the sale price. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pick a variable. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be S, it could be P, but pick a number, a letter that represents the value of the sale price. So let's pick P. All right, 18 less than P. So remember, less than means subtraction, but it's the one exceptional phrase that means we're going to flip the values instead of writing in the exact order they appear in. So this is going to be P, which is the sale price, minus $18. Okay. All right, number 2, the quotient, that's division, of n and 12. And we're going to keep them in that order. So n divided by 12. 8 less than 25 multiplied by a number q. All right, so a number q, that indicates that this right here, q, is going to be the number. It's a variable because we don't know what that number is. So we have a problem here. We have two keywords that tell us subtraction and multiplication. So now how do we deal with the order of the numbers? All right. So, well, we have 8 less than. We know less than means we're going to subtract 8 from whatever it ends up being, right? So that means all that's left is 25 multiplied by a number q. Notice how I covered this up so I didn't get confused. I already wrote less than 8. It's going to be subtracting 8. Less than is that special word. 25 multiplied by a number q. So 25 multiplied by a number q. Now what happens first? It's a subtraction and the multiplication. Well, order of operations prevails. Use parentheses if you need to try to keep yourself straight, but that prevails there. Okay. 3 more than the difference of 20 and a number m. So more than, addition, the difference, subtraction. Well, you can't have addition and subtraction right next to each other with no, you can, but that's not what the sentence is getting at. The sentence is saying we need to add something, and then we also need to take the difference of something. And we have 3 somethings that we're talking about. The 3, 20, and a number m. Just like over here, a number q, that's the variable q. This is going to be the variable m. All right, so let's order this. So 5 more than. It looks just like less than, and order for addition won't matter. So we're going to go ahead and say 3 more than. All right, the difference of 20 and a number m. So 20 and a number m, we're going to write it in that order. Notice how I covered this up so we wouldn't get confused. And what comes first? Well, the difference of 20 and the number m. We have to take the difference of 20 and m. Order of operations will still prevail. This subtraction would come before this addition anyway, but the parentheses could help. Okay, 5 less than the quotient of a number z in 16. So less than is subtraction. The quotient is division. Less than, so 5 less than. And then the quotient of a number z and 16. So we're going to keep that in the same order, z and 16. Order of operations still prevails, so we'll keep that like that. 8 times the product of 28 and a number g. I'm going to let you do these ones on your own. They do get a little more tricky, but I have confidence in you. You can do it. Okay. Simplifying expressions. Same deal. We're going to combine like terms. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump to 11. 3 terms, all with the same variable and with the same exponent. So all we're doing here is adding coefficients and keeping the variable. So I have negative 8, positive 9. That gets me positive 1x when I add those together. but I still have that negative 13x. So let's see, positive 1 minus 13, that's minus 12x. Okay, so combine our like terms. All right, and what about if I distribute, right? So 5 times 3e, so 5 times 3 is 15e, because that e is still there. Then 5 times positive 5 is positive 25. Minus 25e, nothing happened to that. I wasn't involved in the parentheses or the distribution. All right. Combine your like terms. We'll have an e here and an e here. So 15e minus 25e, so positive 15 minus 25, that gives me negative 10e. Okay. And then what's left is this positive 25. So don't forget that. And we're done. All right. So that's all there is to this. You could do this one. This one right here would be a little bit more complicated because why? We'll have x squared and minus 15. So these all have the same variable, but these three have the same power and not this one. So what we're going to do is we'll combine these three. We cannot combine this one, nor can we combine this because it doesn't even have an x. So 15 plus 2 minus 12. So 15 plus 2 is 17x minus 12x. I'm going to write the rest of this too just to keep things consistent. Look, nothing's happening to that 13x squared minus 15. 17x minus 12, that's 5x, minus 13x squared minus 15. Now, I cannot combine this 5x with the minus 13x squared because they have different exponential powers. And I can't combine these two with 15 because it doesn't have x. So now the last step we're going to do is arrange them in alphabetical order also by power. So this x squared piece always comes first, so negative 13x squared, then positive 5x, then minus 15 or negative. So remember that sign, negative 15, it's also subtracting. It means the same thing in this case. All right. So there's your answer, and there's your examples. You should be able to work the rest of these out on your own. So good luck. And if you need help, come ask me, or you can watch previous videos.